when you get the cat that he didn't
I was
want.
hoping I'd get to name it.
No.
Looks like the chief likes me better than you.
Oh my god. TTRPG with gotchas
to
and
be
heavy
honest,
metal.
This place is heaven compared to Kamoshida.
It's not the necromancer one, is it?
Remember how you guys asked me before
R/dads
about
do
who I
not
am?
want pets.
To be
Exactly.
honest, I
Exactly.
don't remember anything about my birth. I think the metaverse's distortions made me lose.
It is?
both
I
my
was right.
memories
Okay, it is
and
the
my
necromancer
truth.
one. Isn't that also like an army building TTRPG? Is both my memories and my true form? Is that from a cat? Is that from a cat? It's a cat. You're a
I
cat.
told you, I'm an honest-to-God human. If I were originally just a cat, how could I talk? It doesn't make any sense.
Okay.
There's no doubt that the distortions were what caused me to lose
It includes a
my real
playlist?
self.
Yeah.
I'm sure
Oh,
that
damn it.
once
What is
they're
it called?
purged,
It starts with an
I'll
M,
finally
doesn't
be able
it?
to get that self back.
It's
And
named
I have
after a
pretty
city,
good
I
idea on
think.
how to do it too. That's why I was in the castle in the first place. Come to think of it, I didn't get hungry over in that world.
Magna Gothica, that's it. Malagast. Magna Gothica,
Let me
Malagast.
make myself clear.
But yeah, it's like an army.
You're
It's
taking
like an
care of
army
me,
building
I'll be for nothing.
TTRPG, if I remember correctly.
Due to my knowledgeable
It's more like
and
a
dexterous
more
nature,
like a board
I have
game
a lot
kind of
intel
tabletop.
on infiltration tools.
And it doesn't, I don't think it really works for campaigns, if I remember correctly. Let's go with that.
Whoa. I can't tell you more unless we
Like
settle on a
Warhammer?
deal.
You mean like
In
the
exchange
army?
for you keeping me here,
The Warhammer Armies or
teach you about
Warhammer
these
Fantasy?
tools. How does that sound?
Wait a second. Keep me here, I'll teach you about these tools. Hell yeah, let's do this.
I like
How
that
phone
answer.
work? How phone work?
Then it's a deal.
You don't have a phone. How do you know about the tools? Question mark. Are we going back to, yeah, we're going back to the interrogation. Me go to bed. Good night, Grin. Sleep well. Faye, are you still here? Do you need to go to bed too? Faye, wife, Faye.
Skillful
Hey, wife.
infiltrations and escapes to all manner of places. There's even the possibility that you used special tools and had someone who manufactured them.
Possibly. Possibly.
Answer me.
I am thou.
Ah, there it is.
Thou
Okay.
art I. Thou
Wait, Faye
hast
British? No,
acquired
Faye's
a
not
new
British.
vow.
Faye ain't British.
It shall become the wings of rebellion that breaketh thy chains of captivity.
Your Post's Fury is ready.
With the birth of the magician persona,
Good lord.
I have obtained the winds of blessing that shall lead to freedom.
String
and
quartet,
new
yep.
Power.
Magician. Wait, Morgana's the magician? Craft basic infiltration tools. Ooh.
All right.
Okay. Gotta make infiltration tools from Morgana. British.
I'll lecture you about the infiltration tools over time.
Okay.
By the way, the power you used in the palace was seriously amazing. The stronger that power gets, the more reliable it'll
British.
be as a trump card. Alright, I'm gonna stick with you wherever you go from today on. Personas
Let's go.
are
I
the
got a
strength
cat.
born from one's heart. Depending on what kind of life experience you gain, I bet it'll
What
affect
tools are
that
we gonna be
power
able
as
to
well.
make?
And if you become acquainted
Is the
with
only
capable
arcana that
people,
automatically levels up as the game
you might
progresses?
learn
Oh, I figured it was
various
gonna be
useful
Igor.
skills
That was the
too.
one that was gonna be
This is all
auto-leveling.
part of our deal.
Interesting.
Got it? I expect great things from you.
I
Don't
thought
let me
Igor was
down,
gonna be the one
okay?
that auto-leveled. Company is free of charge. Getting around in cat form sounds pretty inconvenient though. Just have to deal with being carried in that bag of yours. Oh boy, ring-a-ding-ding. Thanks for everything today. You saved me, I didn't even thank you properly. It's fine. No, it's not. Anyway, I wanted to let you know at least. See you tomorrow.
You guys send messages to each other with that thing, right?
Yeah.
I want in too.
Yeah.
So, I'm gonna have to ask you to type for me.
We probably do need to clean this place up. Can we clean it up? And make infiltration tools, but you really need to clean your room first? Okay. I'm surprised you can live in here. You can actually sit on the chair. Time to use to relax in this room. Are you okay, bud?
Let's turn in for the night.
Okay, of course. He just wants me to go to sleep.
Well then.
Eep time. Aww. Strange drink pressing down on my body. Gee, I wonder what that could be. I'm sure it'll be fine. I'm sure it'll be fine. Why are the days colored? Or is that just for the weekend? Still grab a seat if you're lucky. Okay. What's wrong? You don't look good. I haven't been feeling well lately. My head's all foggy and I have no energy. I tried every drug at the pharmacy, but nothing works. Do I have some new virus?
That's not good.
Is this the onset of a psychotic breakdown? What should I do? Am I going to die? Oh no. Calm down, calm down. Let's go to the clinic. Come on. I'm sure the doctor can prescribe something that'll fix you right up.
I see.
Doctors have the best medicine, huh? Back at the Blanca doctor? Yes. She's wearing punk clothes? Yes.
No!
Yes, it is. That's exactly what's important. It'd be nice to have some strong medicine to use in the palace. We have a bunch of medicine. Head to school together. I mean, it's right there, but whatever. Ah, yes, the good 30 feet. Parent telling you to go to bed? Never. Never. Wait, isn't it Saturday? Why are we at school? Meeting up at the hideout after school, right? Don't text me. We're in class. Well, you mean you're actually listening to all this crap? Yeah, but none of it is really sticking today. I know, right? Anyway, hideout after school. Where exactly is this hideout? School roof. Wait, we can still go up there? Yeah, I'll let you in. Oh, I'll be waiting. Just come on up when school's over. I'll consider it. No, we're gonna go with I gotcha. I'm gonna find you if you're late.
Hey,
oh my god.
Are you listening?
No. Paige, is that how you listen when someone's talking to you? I feel a murderous intent. I was like, it's gonna be the chalk, isn't it? He's gonna just yeet the chalk. That looked like it hurt. Hit him right in the forehead.
Pay attention.
You get for daydreaming. Kids these days have no respect for their elders. Grief, looks like you need more proficiency to completely dodge that proficiency. What? Because Japan? Wait, did they go to school, primary school on Saturday?
Looks like we're all here. Okay.
What days do they have off out of the week
Hold
then?
on, it's still too early for us to head to the palace.
But why? Don't we just gotta steal that treasure thing?
Don't underestimate the dangers of that place. We need to prepare.
Ain't that persona
Yeah, that
shit we
chance if you
got
dodge it.
enough
Where's
to
the
deal
Kami
with?
when you need her? A
That's
Kami!
exactly what I mean when I say
Kami,
don't
we has
underestimate it.
questions.
You'll die if you mess up in there. So again,
Scooby-Doo
we
and
need
Cyber
to
Chase.
prepare before
Cyber
we head in.
Chase.
But how exactly are we supposed to do that?
I hadn't thought of
I'm
that movie in a
glad you
long
asked,
time.
Lady Ann.
But I still prefer
we'll need
the
to find better
island.
equipment
What's
for
the
all of
island
you.
one?
You talking about weapons? Oh, I know a kick-ass
The werewolf
place.
one in Louisiana with
In
the
that
pepper
case,
plants?
You can handle that side
All
of
the
things.
pepper plants?
The only other thing
All
will
the
be
peppers.
stocking up on medicine. Fatigue is unavoidable.
Zombie
in the
Island, that's it.
palace.
Zombie Island.
And where can we get medicine?
That's the best. That's
Don't
the
worry,
best
I
Scooby-Doo
know
movie
just
of all
the
time.
place. I hope you look forward to it,
That's
Lady
the
Ann.
greatest
Now
Scooby-Doo
then,
movie of all
he
time,
I
and
have
it'll
some
never be
business in
topped again.
Noggin. So let's head off for today.
Sorry, guys. Scooby-Doo peaked back in 2002. And that was cat creatures. There were the cat creatures, but overall, I still think it was the best animated and story-wise Scooby-Doo movie. Are we going home? No, we're going to the
Just
doctor's.
come with me. I won't be able to get close enough by myself. Can I talk?
Friday and Sunday. Doctor prescribed medication. After a quick examination, she was sitting at the booth. Yeah, I remember.
Actually,
I realized something. If she's the kind of doctor who gets sketchy rumors like that, maybe she'll help us out. Somewhere in the neighborhood, right? Take me to her. You're mumbling. All these kids like these today. Can you hear it? I can hear you, but just keep that in mind. Was that about kindergarten? I'm gonna guess that upside down heart, so I figure it's gonna be over here. Right here. Clinic.
this is the clinic that the chief mentioned. Now, how can we get them to give us some medicine?
Mendicin. Make something
Well,
up.
I guess that's the only choice we have. We'll just have to go for it. All right, let's step inside.
Step inside, step inside.
Well,
Yes. Like I've seen you somewhere before. At the blocks. Whatever. I tried talking to you. Come on. I would like one drug, please. Here for today. My body feels lethargic. Why does she look like a wife? She does look like a wife.
please head to the exam room.
Okay.
In a case like yours, it's usually just due to stress. I'm gonna prescribe you some pain relievers, okay? Actually, I still need to restock those. So let's go with sleeping pills instead.
What?
Sleep is the best medicine anyway. Which type of pill do you want? A sweet-tasting one or a bitter one?
You just swallow them. It doesn't matter. That all you have?
You're the patient here, you know. Do you think you should be telling me how to do my job? So, it's just like I thought.
God damn it, Oro.
You're
No.
not sick at all, are you? I'm not as dumb as I look, you know. I'm guessing you're here because you heard the rumors about me,
I wish I could say what rumors instead.
Who's to say?
Was nobody gonna
But
get
as a
that?
result,
I'll get it.
I guess high school kids have it tough nowadays too, huh? Well, fine. I'll prescribe you some medication. But only medication that will help you recover your health.
Okay.
I guess it's fine. You seem pretty earnest.
Recover your
You don't
health?
look like
Is
you'll be in
that phrasing?
trouble.
Like this is a
This
video
is
game, man?
my
No way.
private
No way she
practice.
understood that.
All the medicine I dispense.
You're saying
is
you're talking like
original.
this is a video
I have
game, man. You're
license to
crazy.
make my own
Positively crazy.
formulas. You've likely seen them being sold at various hospitals. It's your responsibility to take care
You're
of
also
yourself.
a compounding pharmacist.
So,
God
if
damn.
that's okay with you, stop by anytime.
That'll really help.
Great. It's nice that you're so quick on the uptake. Saves me the hassle. You're a pretty weird kid, you know?
What is that plug thing on the
I
ground?
wonder what you're going to use the medicine for.
It'll be fine.
Well, as long as you don't cause me any trouble, it's not my problem.
Okay, so we can buy medicine from her now, I'm guessing.
Okay, which one?
That animation, though. Oh my god. All right, so we have 105,000 yen. Damn. 50% to all allies. Refidrin revives. First rage alert. No more? Okay.
You want that one?
We'll get a couple, like 5.
Here you go.
And then I want
That
full
should work.
group. We'll get 10.
Thanks.
Okay.
You
And a
want
couple
that one?
revives because we don't have any.
Here you go.
Okay.
Take care.
I think I have a type. Oh, hello, sir. Thank you for the glare. Jesus. The reason for your visit. You have a cold, stomachache, athlete's foot, whatever it is you'll need to take a number. Enough of this. Oh. Only one who could develop that type of medicine. I have no idea what you're talking about. Don't play dumb with me. Rumor has it his drug so potent it can give a person unlimited power. What the fuck is unlimited? Unlimited power! It's news to me. Developing experimental drugs, medicine, and herbal remedies violates all health regulations. You attempting to create a super stimulant, a drug like that, will only become a social issue. Really persistent, you know that? I'm just a quack. A doctor calling themselves a fucking quack. Police may not be taking action, but I imagine the media will soon pick up on it. You intend to ruin my reputation again. You're a disgrace to the medical community. Tisk, tisk, tisk. I will be responsible for your criminal actions. Dispose of that medicine immediately and resign. Who the fuck are you? The name tied to Kami will never... Pardon me, excuse me, bye.
Man,
They almost caught us. Sounds like they were talking about something dangerous. Could that woman be hiding some extra strong medicine? She sold you sugar pills? It'll be fine. As long as we believe it works, it'll work in the other world. We should use it.
yes.
Come back when the man isn't here. We shouldn't involve people who have nothing to do with this. Keep the Phantom Thieves a secret, okay? Okay. Okay. Now we gotta run back to school. I mentioned with the model guns. Isn't Shibuya? I can go with you if you want. Sounds good. We're going to get more guns. This is where it's gonna show us like all the different shops and stuff. Hey, can't make it. Can I trust you guys to check the place out for me? Okay. Can't come? No, not tomorrow. Made plans to go see Chico in the hospital? Okay. Got this. Was See you in Shibuya. All right,
We
gotcha.
might be able to get our hands on some decent stuff if this store really... Well, we can leave that for tomorrow. Let's go
Aw,
home.
damn it. Drinks from Osmosis Jones in those pills. Oh my god.
Okay.
God, Osmosis Jones. Once prepared, we'll take on the palace. That's where the real fun starts. Okay. All right, bedtime.
Okay.
Yep. But it hits different somehow. Yes.
Sup?
Casual clothes. And we still wear a sports jacket for some reason, so we got to get through the crossing to get there. The crossing? Shibuya crossing. It's usually... Okay, yeah. Once we get past that, we'll be pretty much at
Let's
Central
go.
Street. Right? Wait. This is the lottery stand. Damn it! I want detours. Oh,
Everyone, wake up!
who
This
the
country
fuck
is
are you?
twisted. While Japanese society may appear to be thriving, many young people have not been as blessed as their elders. They have no jobs.
Well, that's
no
true.
Savings,
Also, do y'all see
no
the people with the
financial
selfie stick in the
security
background?
Whatsoever. These young people should be tackling their futures head on, but instead, they're too busy merely trying to survive.
Correct?
People give speeches all the time. Plus, politics are pretty boring anyways.
Wait.
Everyone,
Strange and Sister Kirk, what is the cause of them all? The runaway train incident, the mysterious psychotic breakdown phenomenon. These are all signs at the end of our One Piece. Uh-oh.
the most
Uh-oh.
important thing is
Now is the time for apologists to show their strength, and
Hey,
yet...
hey.
Damn it! Oh. Hold on, do y'all see them? That couple right there, they don't have faces. Or maybe, I think it's a trio. I think the girl in the back is supposed to be the YouTube tourist in Japan. Oh no. Oh no. Central Street. Alright. Now where's this gun shop?
Follow me.
I'm pretty sure we
Shops
just
can be
walked into that
pretty
woman,
confusing
both of
to
us.
find Sometimes.
What you got to say? Sir? Hey, you a student? Looking for a part-time job? It's easy money. I can make a recommendation just for you.
Hey.
Wish I could read you for waste time. No! Can help you out. What kind of work? Get you tons of cash. Just follow me and we'll get this all sorted
Can I
out.
talk?
Supposed to be getting weapons, remember? Alright, we'll talk to you later.
Hey,
This way? To the underground? Okay. That's just only important characters have faces, true. This is exciting, sure. Untouchable, wow. Some sort of military stuff. Let's check out what's inside. Okay.
oh yeah, before we head in...
You know anything about guns and
I guess
shit?
we can just ask the guy behind the counter if we can't figure out what we want. Come on, let's do this.
Sick. Quick travel to the airsoft shop in Shibuya. Nice. Nice. Is that a grenade launcher? Is that Stalker? Surly man. Sir, you look pretty fucking neat.
You looking for recommendations?
Maybe.
I don't know, just buy whatever looks interesting to you.
Alright, I want the scar.
Ugh, some
I want the
customer
airsoft
service.
scar.
Fine, what do you want? An automatic? A revolver?
Automatic? Dude, why are you talking about cars now?
Listen,
What car is
an
a revolver?
enthusiast shop. My regulars will be mad if I let a casual like you hang around.
Like you're supposed to, are you gatekeeping? Is that what I'm
I
hearing?
bought shit from here like last week.
Can't remember you.
Revolvo? God damn it.
Bastard.
And
God
you,
damn it, Gons.
Looking for something?
A fancy model gun.
Oh, you a collector? You're way more interesting than Blondie over there.
I like his leather
Oh,
bag.
shut it!
Anyways, you should have said before you two are enthusiasts. I'm always up for helping fresh faces.
That's,
Some
okay.
precautions first. though.
Okay, I guess.
Don't
Oh,
go
hey, it's
around
me. Hey,
pointing
Yuma.
at other people.
Yuma, when did you get in
Bad
this
or
game?
something If you're outside. Oh, and don't let the fuzz catch wind of you having him. I don't need him coming around here.
They're just airsoft guns. Okay. We hate, oh, I should have said we hate the cops. Damn it. Should have gone
Now,
ACAB.
if you look close, you'll be able to tell these are models. Real guns feel different. Maybe someday I'll show you the real good stuff, though. If you got the guts for it, of course.
Sick.
But for now, you
Oh
get the
my god,
beginner
not the
selection.
duster coat.
Sit tight. I'll bring him out.
This is Emont.
We did it, dude. We totally
Don't get too
gotta go
excited.
for
This
some
isn't like you're buying
fancy shit,
drugs.
right?
We already bought the
Well,
drugs. It's fine.
Oh, and here's the cash for mine. Pick me out something good.
But are you cheap? Purchase model guns, ranged weapons, melee weapons, protectors, accessories, the airsoft. Will increase the power of your normal attacks, which may be useful for those who want to defeat enemies without using skills. Ranged weapons increase the power of your gun attacks. Okay. Types of equipment. Protectors decrease the damage you take vital to lasting longer in battle. Accessories have a variety of effects. Okay. Let's look at protectors first. Ooh. Okay.
Sounds good.
Oh. Resist sleeve. Okay. Do we just fully just equip shit out? I think that's what we're gonna do.
That's what you're choosing?
Yeah.
Don't break it, okay? All right, which one?
Hold on. Let's do guns first. Ranged
Okay.
weapons.
Sounds good.
Oh, there's only one option. Better damage, lower accuracy. Here? Ah, not by much. That's... Yeah, that's
That one? How's that?
quite a bit better.
All right,
UG.
which one? That's what
All
you're
right.
choosing? You better not use it to pull a prank.
Morgana just has
Sounds good.
slingshot, sling bow, fling flaming arrows. What? Does Anne have
Alright,
replica
which one?
SMG? We'll get her another one. We'll get Anne another gun.
Sounds good.
All right,
All right.
melee weapons.
All right, which one?
Let's see, what do we have? Okay, so the blitz dagger definitely isn't worth getting. Also used as a tool.
That's what you're
Interesting.
choosing. How's that?
Okay.
Sounds good.
Hell Slugger. You know what there, champ? Yeah, we will give you the Hell Slugger.
All right,
Morgana.
which one?
Nah, it's fine. Ignore. We're just gonna ignore Morgana. Low chance to burn.
That's
You know
what
what,
you
yeah.
choose. You like it?
I'll give her the fire whip. Okay. Go back. Accessories, which I think, yeah, we already have plenty of accessories to use. I don't think I need to buy any new ones. Ignore Morgana. I know I do.
All right.
All right. Okay, we did get him a new shotgun, so that's fine.
Okay. All right, which
All right,
one?
Ryuji. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. There's nothing else we can really get, I don't think.
Come again.
The cat stays in the bag. Exactly. Don't want to deal with any problems buying something that's already been modified, and that's all I gotta say. Okay. Maybe do the choosing from now on. Got me the strongest looking one. Hi, Dirty. What are you
Boss,
up
did you
to?
hear? Apparently that subway driver from the accident was acting really odd during his testimony hearing.
Wait, what?
You talking about that psychotic whatever thing people are going on about?
Yeah, I heard it completely alters your personality.
Oh,
the news is saying the driver couldn't
oh.
even speak when they tried asking him questions.
Only an idiot. would
One of the
believe
best
a
characters in the game?
preposterous
Oh,
story
boy.
like that. Oh, I'm sorry, but we're closing soon.
How rude. This must be why you don't get many customers.
What the fuck,
the coffee's
dickweed?
actually not half bad. The beans must be lamenting the sorry state of this store.
Get the fuck out.
Thanks for stopping in. Please come again.
I'm only trying to help you fix your business. Thanks for the
I'm only
coffee,
trying to
but-
help you by being a dick. Started a new run of Royal a bit ago. Hell yeah.
Jeez, what a pain. Oh. What do you want? If you're bored, go wash some dishes or something.
Okay. How's business?
Doesn't concern you. It's all good as long as the shop doesn't fail. I'm not gonna go wearing a fake smile.
You do kind of have a smirk, though. Not in the PNG, but on his character. Is that a motto of yours?
No, it's nothing like that. As long as I'm here, the world leaves me be. No
Aw.
annoyances or troublesome people to deal with. It's like my own personal hideout.
Brains!
I'd be kind of screwed if I lost it. But I guess you would be too. So you better at least try and be useful.
Don't talk shit about my coffee beans.
Anyway, I'm leaving now. Don't cause any trouble.
Alrighty, Ma, what do I gotta do to be able to... Oh, damn it. What do I gotta do to be able to have a cafe like the one from Neko Barista? Make millions? Probably. Went to see Shiho in the hospital. How was she? Just in her stable. They don't know when she'll regain consciousness, though. I'm sure she'll be okay. Yeah. It'll be better. I know it. Just need to believe in her. Never forgive Kamoshida. He's going to pay for what he did no matter what.
Just about ready to go to the palace.
Are we doing
Just
that?
need to assemble some
9?
infiltration tools. Clean off that desk back there so we can use it.
The one with all the books?
That desk. Hurry now and clean it up.
I'm not in the mood. Nah. 1,000-yard stare at Neko part. What?
Great. Now
What?
you can make things whenever you want.
What? Okay.
I'll
What
provide
tools
the
can we
materials
make?
this time. Try making a lockpick.
We're just gonna find out now that to get through those doors that we'd previously been sneaking through, we need the lockpicks. Quite useful during police palace exploration. Make sure to bring some along. Costs time to pass, but it'll improve your proficiency as well. Each time this ranks up, you can make one additional tool. Okay. Your focus will allow you to make an additional tool. Check out all shops to track down various crafting materials.
Don't think too hard about it. You'll get the hang of it.
Study a bit now. Later, Gons. Have a good night. Thank you for hanging out. Thank you for swinging in. Okay, we have some. Nice.
Everyone starts off a little clumsy. Don't be sad if it doesn't go well at first, okay?
Is it gonna be a mini game? Okay, no, we're just gonna make it.
Great. We should be able to use this.
Yeah.
What was that? Oh, hey, milk toast. Okay. Damn,
Should be ready
oblivious. Milk toast. Damn.
We're heading into the palace
How do you raise
tomorrow.
those stats? What's up, shithead?
Morning. Come on, hurry up and get to class. Good morning.
Good morning.
That admirable behavior won't do you any good once you're expelled.
Yeah, and? And?
Well, that wraps up the homeroom period. A word with you, please.
I'm in trouble. What the fuck? I didn't do nothing. Please push him into traffic. Unfortunately,
There's
it's only a
something I'd like to
footpath.
ask you. It won't take long.
Oh, hey.
I see you're already getting on top of the problem I'd mentioned this morning, Miss Kawakami. I appreciate the support.
Sure.
Thank you again.
Oh, you know this guy, Yoshizawa?
Yes, he lent me a helping hand earlier.
I recommend you steer clear of the likes of him if you have any consideration for your future.
What's
Remember the
wrong? Criminals
discussion
are some
we
of the
just
most
had?
proactive people I
There are a
know.
number of students in this school you
They're
shouldn't get
great.
involved
They give
with.
the head pats.
This one's at the top of the
Hi, Ace.
list.
What are you up to?
Oh, the delinquent transfer student?
Sorry to interrupt, but I need to use the guidance office.
Oh, pardon me. We should be going too. Don't want to get in the way of guiding this.
How could you, Ace?
No.
Really? Come in here, distract me, run off with for theft? Theft? Right before my eyes? Right
After
below my
you.
nose? Okay.
I'm gonna get straight to the point. Did something happen between you and Mr. Kamoshida?
Why do you ask?
Well, there was that little exchange just now, but that's not all. He gave me a brief lecture this morning, and
A
your
lecture?
name came up. Something about
His
the
sleepy time, beat the
dangers
shit out of
a
the creep.
lack of
Gotcha, Faye.
supervision.
Go have a good night's sleep.
I don't mean
Go have
to
a good night
pry,
rest.
but just make sure you don't go causing trouble.
Oh my
okay?
god.
Oh, and one more thing. That girl outside the
Did
office.
you card from the original Persona 3? Oh.
You didn't make a pass at her, did you?
Of course not.
All right. Mr. Kamoshida
Okay, hold on. This
has a
head path's
real...
going way too long.
You seem acquainted with Yoshizawa-san as well. Maybe you're just naturally drawn to athletes? Sorry, bad joke. That's all I wanted to discuss. You're free to go.
Okay, when do I get to talk to her more? God damn it, nobody stopped Mara. Kamoshida at the school gate this morning. He was just standing there looking at me with a shit-eating grin. He's probably mocking you. Honestly, seeing that got me even more fired up about this. We're definitely gonna pull this off. Worried about Shiho, but I want to concentrate on our operation too. And I won't let myself get exhausted like last time. Board meetings, May 2nd, right? We just gotta take care of him before then. Let's do this. Kawakami, my spirit animal. Oh, so unbothered. I'll do my best not going in without me, okay? Let me know if you're going into the palace. Be going in solo. Be your partner first. God, she's single? No, Mara, rip. Rip, stay single. Got in trouble on his first day of school? These guys are getting expelled. Nobody wants a troublemaker in school. Everyone's got high hopes for the new girl. Yashizawa? Okay. Fine, I wonder if I have a shot at her. Oh my god. She's tired? Yeah, tired. Indifferent? Exhausted? Bags beyond her years? Planning? Palace infiltration deadline. If you're going to execute the plan by the deadline, then it's game over. Keep vigilant and be aware of the time remaining. Palace contain many strong enemies. Consult with your allies. Make use of the various facilities in the city to ensure successful infiltration. Mission start. That's cool. All right, what's next? When you have some free time and don't know what to do, press to open a sys command. If network functions are on, you can use blank to view activity log. This will enable you to see what other players did on this day in the calendar. Oh, interesting. Support tool that can assist you during your free time. If you would like to know more about it, check corresponding tutorials. So then...
Really?
Oh, the touchpad's not working properly. All right, hold on, what do you have to say? Hitting in today, right? Let's do it.
Yeah. I hope you all understand that our time limit is May 2nd.
Sorna? Oh,
we
no.
basically just have to go to that castle and steal the treasure from Kamoshida, right?
But wait, what even is a treasure? I want to know that before we do anything.
It's gonna be hella vague, isn't
the
it?
physical form of the palace ruler's distorted desires.
Was it not Anne?
Core of the palace. Once we steal it, the palace will crumble. I think. Having said all that,
really?
even I don't know what Kamoshida's treasure is going to be.
Was it not the
where can we
fake
find
Anne?
it? There's no way of knowing that until we go in and find out. But
Also,
if I
is there
had to
hand
guess,
clipping through that
I'd
soup?
say he has it
Oh no,
locked
that's
up
something. That's
somewhere
the
in
top of
depths
the
of the
soup
palace.
can.
I think I get
Actually, I
it
think
now.
those are chips.
We just gotta find the treasure, yeah?
Pretty much. There's just a lot we won't know until we go in. In any case, our objective is to find the treasure's location.
A miserable pile of